Here are 11 players you should sign in a career mode, going from Glenn Kamara all the way to Joe Rondon. The oldest player in the category will be the 30-year-old Callum Wilson. Just a quick note, they are all different positioned players and there is a reason why you should have them in your team. None of them are too expensive. I'd say the expensive players are not ones to buy in your career mode. These are more realistic and sensible signings that will cost a maximum of 20 million and a minimum of 2 million. Let's start. Number 1, Glenn Kamara. Glenn Kamara was wanted by a lot of Premier League teams including Aston Villa, Manchester United, and there was also some interest from West Ham and other Premier League clubs. No one was able to get him and he remained at Rangers. However, he can still be bought for a Premier League team. He's a sensible, realistic signing. He's a very good centre mid player. And to be honest, he practically carries his nation, Finland. For me, he's a little bit underrated, but he's got a very decent rating. 26 years old, his skill moves are 3 stars, weak foot 4 stars, his height is 6 foot and his weight is 160, his preferred foot is right, and his attacking work rate is medium, defensive work rate medium. And he's got one trait which just looks to me like strength, so definitely should have a look at this player. A potential signing, and of course I'm going to mention Jacob Ramsey in a lot. There's about 3 or 4 in this list that are young players that have the potential to be special, and this is one of them. Jacob Ramsey. Despite being on a little bit of poor form lately, he has been quite magnificent for most of the season. He's certainly got a lot of talent and he definitely won't be with us next season. However, most of us will be happy to see him fly in other leagues, but he will certainly continue to impress. He's got ability to score and link up with pro players. He's not a championship player at all, so he's not a championship player. If you're looking to sign people for Premier League, then this is a player, but if you're a championship, League 1 or League 2, there is a few in this list that may catch your eye. His skill moves, 3 stars, weak foot 3 stars, height 5'11", 158 weight, preferred foot right, attacking work rate high, defensive work rate medium. A summary is short pass, so he's still got a lot of time to improve at 20 years old. The first and only goalkeeper, mainly because we've noticed this, Robert Sanchez. He's not amazing, but he can pull off a fine save and probably be a fantastic second keeper. He's currently Brighton's number 1 and he has actually done pretty well this season. Considering Brighton have a lot of 1-1 draws, I reckon he could do a decent job at a top championship level or Premier League level. Champions League, maybe not, probably the next Adrian. But considering skill moves is 1, obviously, because your goalkeeper, weak foot is pretty good for 4 stars, and his height is 6'6", he'll come for crosses, 186, A7 is his weight, preferred foot right, and obviously medium. And his summary is goalkeeper reflexes and diving. You can't argue that one. The next player is definitely one that could be Championship or even a Premier League player. Lucas Schall, the Portuguese striker at Reading, is obviously currently injured in real life, but he is something special. Despite the fact he's been injured, in recent seasons he's looked very good. If a Premier League team like Crystal Palace, Watford, Burnley, Brentford, Everton and Newcastle should be sniffing around this one. Even Villa should be sniffing around him. More mid-table to top 9 clubs should be looking at this guy as a backup, maybe even a starter as a striker. This guy's got potential. I'd say he's better than Wabama Samatta. The next player is Kyle Walker-Peters, the first defender of the list. This is definitely one for a bigger club. Obviously he's played for Tottenham before, but he's been sensational this season. He's got to be up there as one of the best right backs. Obviously you have to make exception that at the moment he has got a little injury problem, but he's been actually really good. So for him, like, that's huge. But if you're looking for a bigger Premier League team or a right back to sign, you may be looking at Bundesliga, Serie A, bigger Premier League clubs signing there. He's very, very good. His attacking work rate is high, defensive work rate is medium. So fair play to him. Divock Origi, second striker slash left back. The Belgium international is definitely going to want a new club. I'm actually sort of hoping Villa will sign him as a sort of new striker when Danny Ings goes and Ollie Watkins goes, as he has definitely got talent. This man very, very, very rarely features in this Liverpool team. But when he did in the Champions League back in the 18-19 season, we all know what happened. He's certainly got talent and probably would benefit from a club that we're playing more. He has featured in the Carabao Cup, and he's certainly an unknown talent. Now to our second youngster, James Matate. A few clubs were interested in this young player that plays for Man City. Some say he's going to be the next Phil Foden, and others say he's not. For me, if you're looking for a Championship or a League 1 player, maybe even League 2, I don't know if they'd actually allow that, to maybe loan or permanently buy, James Matate is definitely a shout. He's got lots of room to grow. He's not a Premier League player yet, but we'll see. He's got lots of room to grow there. He's also got a summary of ball control and dribbling. Fabio Caballero, or Cavallaro. Many have noticed this Championship young lad's talent. I'd almost begin to say he's Fulham's little magician. You could make an argument that Mitrovic should be on this list, but however, it's just ridiculous to say sign Alexander Mitrovic. He's very good in the Championship, but he's not very good anywhere else. However, this young 19-year-old Fulham midfielder is definitely a shout. Maybe for League 1, maybe for Championship, but definitely a Premier League shout. Fulham are definitely coming straight back up this season, and so we probably want to snatch him away from Fulham to ensure they go straight back down. He's definitely got talent, and he's got the potential to be special. We're heading into our final few now, but this one is a man that's not happy at Newcastle. And who can blame them? They're literally just the luckiest side ever. It's like winning the jackpot or winning the lottery out of luck. It was literally Newcastle's pure good luck that they were going to get people that were going to buy them. They're the richest club on earth. Like, it doesn't seem very fair. So we'll go on to Newcastle United another time. For Callum Wilson, he's had a tough time at Newcastle. He's had more injuries than Leon Bailey somehow. He's barely scored any goals. And he's now got competition with Chris Wood. Obviously, I wouldn't blame him if he wanted to leave for someone else. But again, it was his own choice to leave, so suck on that, Callum Wilson. But it isn't a bad shout to maybe sign him back for another club. Yes, all of these are English clubs, but there might be a similar one where we go look around the other leagues to go and explore. Ryan Sessegnon, our 10th out of 11th players, has finally arrived, and we think Ryan Sessegnon is massively underrated. He hasn't exactly impressed at Spurs so far. But he has the potential to be special. After signing him in the Norwich career mode, he actually really impressed in that left midfield role. He's not actually meant to play there, he's not actually a left midfielder. After trying it out, it actually, to my surprise generally. So Ryan Sessegnon is definitely a good shout. He's definitely more of an attacking player than a defensive player. Although Spurs fans will probably disagree. Going on to our 11th out of 11th player is Joe Rodon. The Welsh centre-back that used to play for Swansea City obviously hasn't had the most exciting start to his career, but he had given it a go. Barely playing at the moment, he was a talent at Swansea City, one of their best defenders. Despite the fact he's 24, he still has the potential to be special. And I reckon a more top 7, top 11 team will snap him up in the summer. But he's definitely worth a shout in the Premier League, or going abroad to Germany, maybe France, or even Spain. And that is all 11 players that you should sign. There'll be more of that to come, and especially on the Newcastle United thing.